watching the marketplace, let's turn to other stories. The finance minister, former finance minister rather, Terkper, says the 2021 budget has failed to achieve its intended purpose of fiscal consolidation, that is raising more revenue and cutting expenditure to close the financing gap, as well as reducing the debt stock. This, according to him, will deprive government the needed funds to execute critical infrastructure projects, which is necessary to grow the economy and create jobs. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Terkper said data from the first 7 months of this year indicates that government's fiscal targets for this year will be missed, whilst borrowing will continue to surge. There's more in this report.
According to the former finance minister, the 2021 budget has not done enough to improve the fiscal economy. He therefore warns that the fiscal deficit and the debt situation will worsen this year unless some critical interventions are made between now and the end of the year. The rippling effect of a rising budget deficit and debt is higher interest rates and inflation.
The fiscal situation is said that we will be debt dependent. In that if the trajectory is for the deficit, to go up, and if the trajectory, is for more borrowing, then it means that the fiscal situation will not improve and there will be no consolidation. But this is something which we had said. So if you take debt, for example, where I ended, the debt being reported by the central bank is 76.4% as at the end of July. This is the same as the debts officially reported at the end of 2020.
Mr. Terkper, however, said despite the challenge with the fiscal economy, there is still some hope, but wants government to be prudent in its financial management. He once again urged government to consider a homegrown policy to bring hope to the economy.
Our proposal for a homegrown policy, in the absence of, externally, as I say, external assistance, which normally comes with some conditionalities that we call programs, which, by the way, is not just the IMF, who supports it, or IMF takes the lead, but you have World Bank, and African Development Bank and others, coming in to support such a program. Then we could do our own homegrown, which is what countries that are not the advanced countries and others who do not go to the fund for, bailout and other in a situation we find ourselves, do for themselves. And you remember in 2013, 2014, we proposed a homegrown policy that we used to negotiate the IMF program. It is up to government, it's a prerogative of government to accept it or not. Government insists that, they have a path to recovery.
Ghana's debt hit 335 billion cedis, about 76% of total value of goods and services produced within the economy in July this year, whilst the fiscal deficit to GDP target was also missed.